Who's the biggest douchebag you ever met in music?
What made you finally get off your smelly ass and make this channel?
Which hair metal superstar would you have been the most gay for back in 1990?
Because I'm sure that when you went on the bus with Warrant, aside from looking at all their packages, which I'm sure you did,
Would you masturbate live on the channel if it would help us cross 10,000 followers?
which brand of peanut butter seems to work best with Charlie?
Okay, back to the gay questions. When did you realize that you're gay for me?
What is the stupidest thing that you've ever done in front of a band?
Hey, I don't think you're a douchebag. This douchebag thinks you're a douchebag.
I am a douchebag.
Patrick, thanks for your hot takes, including the one about my dog licking my balls. Really inappropriate, Patrick.
The hair metal guru from Warren to Crew. The hair metal guru. Never forget Charlie too.
Welcome to what might become the biggest shit show on the hair metal guru. My buddy Patrick and I are trying something new. We are going to call this 10 rapid fire hot takes for two hot cakes, baby. And with that, Patrick, we'll get into it. But Patrick, welcome to the show.
I don't even know how this is going to go, but at the end of the day, people will either love it or say you two are two weird fucking people.
Yeah, and I think probably I'm thinking we might get a little bit of both. But here's how this idea came about: is Patrick seems to come up with all the good ideas, but Patrick was like, "Hey, how about we do a thing where each of us come up with like four musical related, hot takes? Like a hot take, for example, being, Motley Crue will never release a song that is accepted by their fans. What do you think?" Or something like that. So we were going to do that. And then I started saying, well, hell, how about maybe we throw some non-musical related questions in just for fun. And one thing led to another. And we're like, fuck it. We were going to start with four. Let's come up with 10 questions and just make them random as shit. And instead of making them discussions, we're just going to like go back and forth and kind of, like I said, rapid fire, throw them out there. And I don't know, my fucking questions I think are going to be pretty kick ass. And so I'm pumped. I think this might be pretty cool. You'll let us know what you think after you watch the video. So Patrick, what do you think? How did you come up with your idea, and what do you think about this direction we're taking here?
I think it's exciting, it's new, it's fresh, it's new content for people that's not the same old stuff. And at the end of the day, this took me about 5 minutes to come up with these questions, and I'm terrified about what you're gonna ask.
And I'll be and like I like videos where I don't have to do a bunch of planning, because when I do interviews and shit, like I spend hours. So it's nice and it's nice just to have fun with fucking hair metal and not have to like, yeah. So 10 rapid fire questions, and I guess I'll let you start.
Oh
And
no, I'll let you start.
oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot. Okay. Question number one.
Oh shit.
What's the ultimate hair metal ballad for love making?
Boy, I would say oh, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one. I would say probably see, mine wouldn't be
Better
hair.
throw something out here pretty fucking quick, or it ain't going to be very rapid fire.
It's not hair metal, but I'm gonna say Never Tear Us Apart by NXS.
Okay. Lame answer. All right. Just kidding. All right. What do you got?
What made you finally get off your smelly ass and make this channel?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think, that's a good question.
Thank you.
I had been teaching, and I had decided in 2023 to leave teaching, and I knew I was going to coach basketball, but I was like, what else am I going to do? I'm just like, I love kids, but I was not ready to spend a year in the classroom. And I was like, you know what? You're going to have some extra time. And I'm like, it's time. You've always wanted to be involved in the music industry somehow. And so that's what was the genesis of this channel. And fucking, it's been amazing. So
Perfect.
awesome. Okay, question number two for you. Is there any hope for a new Guns N' Roses album?
No.
Okay.
There's not, and I'll tell you why. I
Okay.
don't think that the band has the capability to write the music that fans want to hear because Izzy Stradlin and Steven Adler aren't there. Fuck everybody, I said it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. What do you got?
What pisses you off the most that you get asked about hair metal?
Uh, what pisses me that I get asked about hair metal? Well, I don't know if it pisses me off, but the comment that I get all the time is, "Oh, you're the hair metal guru and you don't have any hair." I'm like, "Well, fucking A, I'm 52 years old."
There you go.
Jesus. So that comment gets me, but 99% of the comments I get are fantastic and supportive. So, every now and then some like okay, oh sure, fuck.
Here we
Uh,
go.
what
Now we're
fucking
getting to the meat
interview?
of it.
What fucking interview? In the Greg Jafria interview, some douchebag is like, you know, well, you could have asked more follow-up questions. I go, the interview is 3 hours and 11 minutes, and you think I didn't ask enough questions? And I was like, and originally it was 4 hours and 15 minutes, and I cut an hour off. And you think I didn't ask enough? And they were like, well, you just could have asked them. I'm like, I said, and then I finished with this. I said, the most annoying interviews that I ever watch are the ones where the interviewer keeps on interrupting and say, oh, well, what about this? Instead of letting them finish. I try to never do that. So there's my answer to that question. All right. Your number three. If you could pick one rock star to be interviewed on this channel, who would it be and why?
Eric Turner from Warrant. And the reason why is because he knows a lot of stuff I want to know.
Yeah. And I'll throw it out there, Eric, and I think I've even said that before. Eric Turner of Warrant, and where he would feel free to not censor himself and answer
Correct.
anything about Janie or whatever.
And a 1A for Ryan would be Dave Sabo.
Yeah,
Same rules though. He can't censor himself.
right. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Oh, your turn.
What's the best interview you've given and why?
The best interview I Well, I mean, it would be easy to say the Ricky Rocket one because it's the biggest one. Um, the most shocking one, I maybe not shocking. The Drew Rose from Wild Side one, I loved because I didn't know so much about what happened to him after Wild Side, and when he opened up about like being addicted to meth and like working some shitty job and going out in his car and hitting a pipe and all that stuff, like that was just I was just like, wow. And I was just shocked that he was opening, and I loved it. So I've always kind of looked back fondly at that one, but I've the Bobby Borg one talking about Janie Lane was really special. So they all have their own special things, but just right off the top of my head, the Drew Rose one is the first one that I think of.
Cool.
Okay. Number four. When did you realize that you're gay for me?
The minute you started talking about hair metal,
And when I started sending you dick pics too.
the dick pics helped. The dick pics definitely helped.
I remember when you said that you loved me for my big dictionary.
You told me about my vocabulary.
That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. So you were gay for me right away. I knew it.
Knew it. Uh, what is the stupidest thing that you've ever done in front of a band?
I remember seeing Weezer, and I didn't do it, but it was at the Fargo Dome, and my buddy pulled down my shorts. And I'll be honest, I'm notorious for not wearing underwear.
Oh
I was
shit.
drunk, and I was like, instead of panicking, I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna play this cool. So I just slowly bent down and picked my shorts back up. So that was kind of embarrassing. All right. Uh, my number five. If you had to pick one hair metal song to play for someone who had never heard rock music before, and you were like, I want you to know what this music is about, what hair metal song would you pick?
Cry No More arcade.
No shit.
Yeah. I fucking
Really
love that song.
fucking love that song. I'm surprised you didn't go with like a more standard hit. Uh,
Nope. The
nothing
standard,
but
believe it or not, the standard hits for me, while they're great songs, I rarely think that the big hits that bands have are their best songs.
right. Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that. But I will there are some hits that you go, okay, I get why this thing was fucking massive, but
Yeah.
no, a lot of my favorite songs are obscure songs. Okay, is it your turn?
Which video that you have put out do you wish you could do over again?
Ooh, that's a good fucking question. Okay, um, I'll make it an interview and the Steve Brown interview from Trickster, which was phenomenal, and he was great. But when we were getting close to the end, he was kind of on a time crunch. And I never got to ask him the stuff about when they broke up and what was going on with like Mark Gus Scott. And there's rumors, and I think and my Pete Lauren, the Trickster singer, I did interview him. That will be coming out shortly. I think he kind of confirmed that Mark Gus Scott tried to trademark the Trickster name. So I would have loved to have gotten into that. Maybe Steve wouldn't have wanted to go into it. He didn't seem like he wanted to badmouth any of his bandmates, and for that matter, neither did Pete Lauren. He just kind of stated it matter of fact. But I would have loved to have gotten into what happened when they broke up the second time, and because I wanted to hear that story and I didn't get to it. That's a regret. All right.
Gotcha.
Okay. Um, Okay, back to the gay questions. Remember, we are the least anti-gay people ever. Which hair metal superstar would you have been the most gay for back in 1990?
In 1990, I mean, I was a pretty fucking massive Poison fan.
Okay.
So probably would have been Ricky Rocket because
Really?
yeah, because that dude is just fucking awesome. And I always thought he looked the coolest. I either that or Joe Elliott from Hysteria. But you said 1990, so it's gotta have to be Ricky Rocket then.
I guess I could have just opened it up to any time because
Yeah, well, Joe Elliott when he had those fucking ripped up jeans
yeah.
in "Pour Some Sugar on Me" video, I like got a new pair of jeans from my mom, and when she went to work, I went and cut them up like that. Holy fuck! I'm lucky to be here to this day.
That summer, uh, I was working. I was the assistant cook. My grandma was the head cook at a 4-H camp. And Joe Elliott was all over, magazines and shit with his ripped jeans. I ripped the shit out of some jeans. I shredded up some t-shirts because I wanted to look like a fucking rocker. So
How did that work for you?
I'll be honest, it worked out pretty well that summer at 4-H camp.
An old 4-H camp, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yes. All right.
When
What do you
did,
got?
which brand of peanut butter seems to work best with Charlie?
She likes chunky. Charlie, get over here. Charlie. She's gained so much weight from all the peanut butter, though. We had to build a ramp up to the bed so she don't have to jump up there. She's like, fuck, we're having peanut butter again. Okay.
Yeah, this is the third time today.
Third time today. Make sure it's extra chunky. That's my favorite. Blech, Belch. Okay. My number 7. If Skid Row emailed you legitimately and said, hey, we've seen you on all these podcasts. We love your knowledge. You seem to have a strong head. We'd love for you to come on the road and be our social media guru. Would you do it?
Fuck yes. I would. And I would fucking do what all the fans want, which is that I would not ask them stupid fucking shit, but I would try and get to the bottom of a lot of the things that we've all wanted to know for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Shit, yes.
You know,
And I think, yeah, I like Warrant will do like After a concert, it'll be like, oh, the wrap up of the, but it's just videos of them. It's set to a Warrant song.
Yeah.
But I think bands would be smart to like, hey, once a month, hey, here's 5 questions with Jerry Dixon. Here's on
Yeah.
the Warrant. Here's 5 questions, and get into some, some maybe topics that you don't discuss often. I think fans would love that shit.
When Anthrax got back together in 2005 with Joey Belladonna, they put out a live DVD. And one of the bonus features on that was they videotaped the moment that they all first met in a room.
Yeah,
And I thought, if I could do something, that's the first thing I thought with your question,
yeah,
is I would videotape that shit.
shit,
And it
yes,
wouldn't be the arguments or anything like that. It would just be the conversation.
yeah,
Because I'm sure that when you went on the bus with Warrant, aside from looking at all their packages, which I'm sure you did, I'm sure listening to them just have conversations about whatever the fuck they were talking about was probably pretty fucking interesting.
yeah. I completely agree. I think bands should do more shit like that. I would love to have, more video proof of shit they did back in the past. That would be awesome. All right. Is it your turn or oh, it's my turn.
I
Okay,
just went, yeah.
go.
Oh, my turn. Uh, is there a band that you were totally excited to go see live for the first time and then they blew ass and you were like, fuck, and it was ruined?
Okay, well, I know one for sure, and it's not hair metal related, but there was this big, it was a 3-day rock festival called Rock in the Hills in
Yeah.
North Dakota in Botno. Botno's a little town, but they had these big rolling hills, and the first year they did this festival, they were like, okay, then they had like a bunch of 80s hair bands and shit. This was what year? Fucking 1997 or 98. And they were like, we need 3,000 people to come to this thing to make a profit. 15,000 people showed up.
That's wild.
But I saw the Marshall Tucker Band. Do you remember them?
Yes, they sang Can't You See?
Can't you see? Oh, that
Poison did the cover of
was.
it on their fucking cover record.
And I think my favorite song of theirs is "Heard It in a Love Song." Anyway, whoever was, and I always thought that the fucking singer's name was Marshall Tucker.
I would have
No,
thought so too.
that's just the name of the band. But whoever was singing, and this is at like they were at like 2 in the afternoon. He was wasted. I bet anything he'd gotten drunk the night before and was probably still drunk. But he was just butchering everything. It was just, I was like, I was embarrassed. I'd never felt that bad for a band. So Marshall Tucker Band is my answer for that. All right.
Quiet Riot.
You have one?
Quiet Riot.
Quiet, right?
Yeah, on the Lamb Slam Metal Jam tour. Just fucking horrible.
Like,
And that
why
was
were they
Dubrow.
horrible?
Oh, he was, it sounded like a fucking cat screeching.
Who was
And
singing?
what?
Who was singing?
Kevin Dubrow.
Well, it was Kevin. Okay.
Yeah, Kevin Dubrow was just a caterwaul. This is at the end of that original lineup being together, and
Wow.
there was probably like in a 20,000 seat place, there was probably 200 people.
Oh,
They went on first, so
yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. My number 8. Who's the biggest douchebag you ever met in music and why? And feel free to include people that appear on this channel.
the biggest douchebag I ever met in music.
Yep.
And
Related to
anybody in the
music,
channel
associated with.
outside of Brian from the Hairband Basement, I would have to say I love you, Brian. Uh, uh, I hope he'd come on the channel if he was asked. But Chips Enough was a fucking dick.
Really?
Yeah, he was a total dick. It's that same concert that the fucking Quiet Riot was at. Enough's Enough was there, and I went backstage, and all Chips Enough did the whole time was I'm standing backstage waiting for an opportunity to meet somebody. And I'd met Chip, and he was just kind of not interested in anything anybody around was talking about, except for, "Do you have a cigarette, man? Do you have a fucking cigarette? Oh man, I need a cigarette." Blah 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 blah. He's walking around with his drink, and like his finger out, like this. "I need a fucking cigarette. Oh Jesus, a cigarette!" And it was just pathetic. So
Really?
Chip's
Wow.
enough with a fucking douche.
Wow.
I
That
hope he comes on the channel. I'm sure he's been wonderful to a lot of people, but
his guitar player is a Facebook friend of mine, and he is actually trying to work on getting Chip to come on because he likes watching the channel. So
excellent.
kick ass, but
Sorry, Chip. I'm sure you're a nice guy.
come on, Chip. It's all right. It's all right. I don't think you're a
Chip,
douchebag.
we can talk about it if you want to come on the channel.
Hey, I don't think you're a douchebag. This douchebag thinks you're a douchebag.
I am a douchebag.
All right. Okay? Your turn.
Uh, when did you realize that Kick Tracy actually blew donkey ass?
What?
Not a
Kick
Kick Tracy.
Tracy?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
You don't like No Rules?
Don't. Big
Oh,
Western
I
Sky.
love Big Western
I
Sky.
know. Or Cinnamon Girl.
And the cover of Mrs. Robinson is
That's okay. I'll give him that.
fucking
That's
amazing. And the beginning of No Rules. No rule. Oh my fucking gosh. I got a boner right now.
all the teenage angst coming out. Yeah.
Ah, what's a
Never liked them.
I don't know you anymore. You've
I know.
changed. You're different since I found out you don't like Kick Tracy. Okay. The channel is at 6,900. Oh, it just went over 980. It was at 970 like 20 minutes ago.
Cool.
So the channel is at 6,980 subscribers. Would you masturbate live on the channel if it would help us cross 10,000 followers in the next week? Please.
The answer is probably yes. I will do that if it's going to push it right over the fucking barrel.
Maybe we could even do it without you showing your penis, but you could just be like here, and then just when we
I
shout,
could just go all of a sudden, just be looking at you going,
we might have to see some penis though for proof. So, okay.
I'd have
I
to.
appreciate your dedication to the channel.
I am. That's why I get to keep coming on.
That's right. That's right.
What album got you through Iraq?
Ooh, that's
You were
a
there for what? How long?
well, I was in Iraq for a year. I was gone for 16 months, but Iraq for a year.
So in that 12 months, what album was your go-to?
Um, I it's hard to narrow it down because we did actually have like access to computers. So I remember I ordered a lot of CDs over there, like Amazon would deliver. I mean, you could obviously get mail and shit. So I will say this. I remember getting a Hanoi Rocks box set off Amazon, and I loved that thing. Um, and then I'll just throw out one other band. They're from Minneapolis, a band called GB Layton. I had just kind of gotten into them, and they're like just kind of they're big regional band, never made it national. GB Layton. Got into some of their stuff over that summer, and fuck, I know there was a song that had been talking about that I forgot. But anyway, so I'll say Hanoi Rocks was a big one, and GB Layton. And like I said, a lot of people would send us shit and send us music. So it was it was a life-changing experience. And you know what? And this is not part of your question, but people have ever asked, like, man, it must have been horrible. And I'm like, and a part of it was. But if you said, hey, Anthony, you could go back and not do it, I'd be like, no, that is a huge part of what created who I am. So I'm glad it happened.
Right on.
All right. My number 10. Would you masturbate? I'm just kidding. Um, Tell me one hair metal song that you're still shocked that it didn't become a hit.
So Savage the Heart by Babylon AD.
Ooh, agreed.
Or When I Find Love by XYZ. Two of the greatest ballads I think that were ever done in the genre. Not in life, but just in the genre. And I'm shocked. They're both victims of 1990, 1991 and coming too late to the game. but fuck me if So Savage the Heart isn't just fucking incredible.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I interviewed Derek Davis not too long ago. It's coming out shortly. And we talked about that song. And he's like, well, first they were supposed to put out Desperate on the debut album. And they ended up getting the Kid Goes Wild on what fucking soundtrack was that?
Nintendo Power.
RoboCop.
RoboCop 2.
RoboCop 2.
Yeah.
So then the label was like, well, we've got this soundtrack, so we're not going to release Desperate. And the band was like, you always said we were going to release Desperate. That's a great ballad, but So Savage the Heart, fucking love that song. So
Yeah. That or When I Find Love. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. All right. It's your last one for me.
What is one song you wish you could get everybody to stop for 2 minutes and listen to?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I come up with good ones,
You do.
especially that peanut butter question.
That was top-notch questioning. I feel a lot closer to you now. Um, I've talked about Electric Angels so many times. I truly think the ballad, True Love and Other Fairy Tales, is just magical. And so it's kind of related to, like it should have been a massive hit. I wish I could get people to stop and listen to that song because I think they would go, wait a minute. This is not your typical hair metal ballad. It should have been massive. And I will promote that band till I die. And you should listen to that song now after this video. So, all right. Hey, that was 10 rapid fire hot takes for two hot cakes. I'm not going to always add that. That's just for now. But hey, we thought we'd just have some fun with that. And hopefully you had some fun with it too. Patrick, thanks for your hot takes, including the one about my dog licking my balls. Really inappropriate, Patrick.
Yeah, it's almost, I can't come up with always the hard-hitting questions like, would I masturbate to put this channel over 10,000?
Hey, when you get a lot of work as a journalist, you come up with those hard-hitting questions a little bit easier than the average douchebag on YouTube. So, all right, hey, we would love you like that kind of thing? Should we do some more of that? Maybe you thought, guys, that's just a one-shot deal, and we'll call it good. So let us know what you think. And hey, like, subscribe, what the hell, ring the bell, and whatever you can do to support the channel. I just appreciate you being here. And would you masturbate on the channel? If you would, email me at anthony.a.brian@hotmail.com. Hey, until the next video comes out, my name is Anthony. They call me the guru. Take care of yourselves. That was top-notch questioning. I feel a lot closer to you now.